Masquera sei muri Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel. Apa tinokupai nhau dzinenge dzichiitika mativi mana enyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Tine nhau yatakuigirai yaburitswa navaChristopher Mutsvangwa. VaMutsvangwa vakabuda vachipa warning kuna vaMnangagwa panhau yeku yainzi inogona kungowanikwa ichiitika reZimbabwe. Nguva iri kunetsa ino apo pari kupushwa for the BG 2030 hazvina kumira mushe. VaMutsvangwa vakabuda vachitaura vachiti President Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa vanoziva zvinoitika kana munhu akada kutonga nguva yakareba. Vakabuda vachipa reference zvakazoitika kuna Mugabe mureZimbabwe zvichinzi vakazobviswa zvine chisimba. Saka vakabuda vachitaura vaChristopher Mutsvangwa vachitaura vachiti vaMnangagwa vanoziva zvinoitika kana munhu akada kutonga nguva yakareba. Statement rinova rakaonekwa se-warning kuna vaMnangagwa kuti vanokwanisa kubviswawo neku kana vakaaccepta kuextenda term yavo beyond 2030. Ivo Mnangagwa vakabuda vachitaura vachiti is going to persuade whoever achada kuvapersuade kuti vatonge kusvika 2030. Vakabuda vachitaura kuti is a constitutionalist and is going to follow the constitution. Tisingazivi kuti vachafollow constitution ingeamendwa here kana kuti iripo iyi mureZimbabwe. Tinoda kukusiyai muchinzwa zvakataurwa navaMutsvangwa mubva zvamuri kufunga mucomment section.
My name is Chavvondoka Coup. I want to understand what will it take for the persuaders to persuade President Mnangagwa to go beyond 2028, and are there any indications that the persuaders might succeed in their bid for President?
It's a personal decision. It's a personal decision. It's him. You see, he saw what old age can do to a leader when he was vice president in the First Republic. So he must be very conscious in his mind about at what time one should go or not go. He is a very intelligent man. He has been long in the trenches, surviving. In fact, those who don't know, those who are against Zimbabwe, they actually wonder how he survived to eventually be where he is today. So he's going through it all.
So it is the constitution. It is not ZANU-PF. It is not Emerson Mnangagwa. It is not anybody. But it is the constitution that is inviting us to speak, to have a conversation. And that conversation, ladies and gentlemen, is a national conversation. But what we are witnessing is, instead of it being a national conversation, we are witnessing what I can call a national contradiction. Because this is what is happening. Instead of it being a national conversation, it is now turning out to be a national contradiction. Here's why I'm saying that. We witnessed the bombing of the Sapes Trust. We witnessed the arrest of members of the CDF. We are witnessing, abductions. We are witnessing torture. And recently, in the past, few days, there was banning of city hall type of meetings in Harare, in Bulawayo. And and yesterday, I received a call that the Constitutional Defense Forum was supposed to launch. It was supposed to be launched. The one that Tendai BT is fronting. But last minute, despite them doing everything that is necessary to have that meeting, it was banned at the last minute, at the 11th hour. And we know what this platform or this forum is all about. It's not a political platform, but it is a civic platform, a platform for you and me, civilians, citizens. And the platform is there to educate, to mobilize citizens around our constitutional rights. But when you see such platforms being banned, or when you see the activities of such a platform being stopped, then who gets to speak? We have seen this morning the arrest of Honorable Daniel Molekele. He was detained. He was a whole. The tragedy is he is an MP and he was leading a constituents, a CDF, thing within, his constituents. And the sadness of that situation, or the reality of it all, where it becomes something, that needs us, to speak, is the fact that they be saying we are operating under strict orders. We are under strict orders to stop the CDF project. Where are these orders, coming from? Surely they're not coming from the Constitution, because the Constitution allows us. Where is this coming from? Everything about the constitutional about this constitutional amendment, ladies and gentlemen, is fraught with so many irregularities that you cannot even begin to understand what these people want to achieve. And it is sad. So when you are seeing within a 90-day period, one side of the aisle is being stopped, but the other side of the aisle is not being stopped. ZANU-PF is going on about its business pertaining, to this. You saw Mudenda out there speaking about, this thing. He's also an MP, apart from him being, the Speaker of Parliament. When another MP wants to do the same, they get arrested. There was that meeting, Owen Mutsvangwa talking to people about, the amendment and how it was going to be benefiting certain members of, of his constituents. Talking about, the councillors who are going to be benefiting, getting another 2 years. Talking about the MPs who are going to be benefiting, with another 2 years. So this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, has just become an exercise for the elites. It has got nothing to do with you and me. Because they are closing the civic space. When they disrupt, gatherings, when activists are being intimidated, and when opposition actors are told that you cannot meet, whilst others are doing their meetings freely without any interference, then who gets to speak? Who gets to speak during this 90-day consultation period? Because a consultation, ladies and gentlemen, is not supposed to be silencing others, whilst allowing others to be speaking or meeting, freely without any interference. Because the moment that they're silencing others whilst amplifying others, that is no longer a consultation. And we need to get that right. That is no longer a consultation. It is merely now a performance that we are now seeing.